Chapter 1. Buckle up, buttercups. We're going to Poland. Hey there, YouTube adventurers. Welcome to the channel where we explore the world with a sprinkle of sarcasm and a whole lot of laughs. Today, we're jet-setting to the land of pierogis, palaces, and, well, you'll see. That's right, folks, we're talking about Poland. Now, I know what you're thinking, Poland. What's so exciting about Poland? Oh, just you wait, my friend. From salt mines that'll make you want to chug a gallon of water to forests so big you could get lost for days. Don't worry, we'll pack snacks. Poland's got it all. Over the next few minutes, we're going to take you on a whirlwind tour of the top 10 must-do adventures in this glorious country. So sit back, relax, and maybe grab a snack, because you know what they say, when in Poland, do as the Poles do, and eat. Chapter 2. Getting salty in the Wieliczka salt mine. First up on our Polish escapade, we're diving deep. Literally. We're heading down into the Wieliczka salt mine. Now this ain't your average hole in the ground, folks. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers all carved out of salt. You heard that right, salt? This place is like the Dead Sea's cooler underground cousin. It's so salty down there, you could probably pickle an egg in 5 minutes flat. But hey, at least you know your fries will be seasoned to perfection, am I right? Now you might be thinking, a salt mine? Sounds kinda bland. But trust me, the Wieliczka salt mine is anything but boring. I mean, where else can you find chandeliers made entirely of salt crystals? It's like Liberace decided to redecorate a cave, and if that's not impressive enough, how about an entire chapel carved out of salt? Yeah, you heard me right. A chapel, made of salt. They even got married there. Talk about taking till death do us part to a whole new level. Just make sure you bring a whole lot of water, cause this salty wonderland will leave you parched. Chapter 3. Lost and found, hopefully, in the Bialowice forest. Alright folks, after all that salt, we need some fresh air. And there's no better place to find it than in the Bialowice forest. This ain't no Central Park stroll, my friends. This is a real deal primeval forest, one of the last of its kind in Europe. We're talking towering trees, lush greenery, and enough wildlife to make a Disney princess jealous. We're talking about a place where the air is so clean it'll make your lungs sing. The kind of place where you can forget about the hustle and bustle of city life and just be. Of course, being in the Bialowice forest also means sharing your space with bison, wolves, and maybe even a lynx or two. So, you know, pack accordingly. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get eaten by a wolf in the Bialowice forest, but I'm not saying you won't. Just kidding, folks. This place is perfectly safe. Well, mostly safe. Just use your common sense. Don't wander off alone, and whatever you do, don't try to pet the bison. They might look cuddly, but trust me, they're not. But hey, if you do happen to get lost, just think of it as an opportunity to become one with nature. Embrace your inner Thoreau, build a lean-to, and live off the land. Just maybe pack some bug spray. Those Polish mosquitoes are no joke. Alright folks, get ready to trade in those city slicker shoes for some sturdy hiking boots. We're heading to the majestic Tatra Mountains, the crown jewel of Poland's natural beauty. Picture this, towering peaks, lush valleys, and crystal-clear lakes. It's like stepping into a postcard, but with better snacks, probably. Now I know what you're thinking. JEAN-CLAUDE, hiking? Isn't that a bit strenuous? Listen, I hear ya. I'm all about that city life myself. But trust me on this one. The views from the top? Forget about it, you'll be speechless. Well, almost speechless. You'll still be able to say wow and pass the pierogi. Speaking of pierogi, pack yourself a picnic basket because these trails can work up an appetite. And don't forget the water bottle. Staying hydrated is key, especially when you're surrounded by all this breathtaking scenery. You don't want to be the one asking a mountain goat for a sip of water, do you? But seriously, folks, the Tatra Mountains are a must-see for any visitor to Poland. Whether you're an experienced hiker or just looking for a scenic stroll, there's a trail here for everyone. Just remember to wear comfortable shoes, pack some snacks, and prepare to be amazed. Hey, you know what else is amazing? This YouTube channel. That's right, folks. If you're enjoying this awesome guide to Poland's top 10 adventures, don't forget to show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing for more. We've got a whole lineup of exciting destinations and side-splitting commentary coming your way. And hey, while you're at it, why not leave us a comment down below? Tell us about your favorite Polish adventure, or maybe just share your best pierogi recipe. We love hearing from our awesome viewers. It's what keeps us going, besides the pierogi, of course. But seriously, folks, subscribing to our channel is the best way to stay up to date on all our latest adventures. We're constantly exploring new places, trying new foods, and finding new ways to make you laugh. So hit that subscribe button and join JEAN-CLAUDE'S bucket list destinations. Now, where were we? Ah yes, the Tatra Mountains. After a long day of hiking, you're gonna need a place to rest your weary legs and refuel. And let me tell you, the Tatra region has got you covered. From cozy guest houses to luxurious resorts, there's something for every budget and taste. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to step back in time and into the heart of Poland's cultural capital, Krakow, and more specifically, its enchanting old town. Now, I'm talking cobblestone streets, medieval architecture, and an atmosphere so charming it'll make you want to burst into a polka. Speaking of cobblestones, ladies, leave those stilettos at home, okay? Unless you're going for that, I'm accidentally running a marathon look. Seriously though, comfortable shoes are a must when navigating these charming but uneven streets. Think of it as a free calf workout. But hey, the sights are worth a few stumbles, believe me. We're talking about the magnificent Wawel Castle, the iconic Cloth Hall, and the bustling Rynek Glony, one of Europe's largest medieval squares. You'll be snapping photos faster than a squirrel trying to hide a nut. And speaking of nuts, don't even get me started on the food scene in Krakow. From traditional Polish fare to international cuisine, your taste buds will be doing the tango, but more on that later. For now, let's soak in the atmosphere of this historical gem. Now, I don't want to overwhelm you, but Krakow's old town is a sensory overload in the best way possible. The sights, the sounds, the smells. It's enough to make you want to pack your bags and move in permanently. But hey, I get it. You've got a life, responsibilities. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy a taste of Krakow's magic, literally. From hearty pierogi to savory kielbasa, the food scene here is as rich and diverse as its history. And don't even get me started on the pastries. Be still, my sweet tooth. And let's not forget about the nightlife. Krakow knows how to party, and the old town is where it's at. Whether you're looking for a cozy pub, a swanky cocktail bar, or a bumping nightclub, you'll find it all here. Just remember to pace yourself, folks. We've got more adventures to conquer. So, what are you waiting for? Book your ticket to Krakow and get ready to experience the magic for yourself. Just promise me you'll save a pierogi for me, okay? All right, landlubbers, it's time to trade in those hiking boots for some sailing shoes as we set sail for the Masurian Lake District. That's right, folks. We're talking over 2,000 sparkling lakes, connected by canals, rivers, and a whole lot of natural beauty. It's like a giant water park, but instead of screaming kids, you've got peace, quiet, and the occasional duck. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jean-Claude, sailing, don't you need like a license for that? Listen, I'm no Captain Jack Sparrow, but even I can handle a sailboat on these calm waters. And besides, there are plenty of experienced captains who'd be happy to show you the ropes for a small fee, of course. But hey, even if sailing isn't your thing, there's still plenty to do in the Masurian Lake District. You can rent a kayak, go for a swim, cast a line for some freshwater fish, or simply relax on the shore and soak up the sun. It's the perfect place to escape the hustle and bustle of city life and recharge your batteries. Just remember to pack your sunscreen, folks. These sunny skies can be deceiving, and we don't want you turning into a lobster. Unless, of course, you're planning on attending a seafood festival. Then, by all means, blend right in. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jean-Claude, you've been raving about these lakes for 5 minutes straight. Is there anything else to do in the Masurian Lake District? And to that, I say, of course there is, my friend. But seriously, the lakes are pretty amazing. But all right, I hear you. You want more than just water, sunshine, and the occasional fishtail. Well, the Masurian Lake District delivers on that front too. We're talking charming towns, historic castles, and enough hiking and biking trails to satisfy even the most adventurous explorer. You can visit the medieval castle in Giżycko, explore the Wolf's Lair, Hitler's former headquarters, or hike through the lush forests of the Pisgah Forest. And for you history buffs, the Masurian Lake District is dotted with ancient ruins and historical landmarks just waiting to be discovered. So, whether you're looking for adventure, relaxation, or a little bit of both, the Masurian Lake District has something for everyone. Just be prepared to fall in love with its natural beauty, its charming towns, and of course, its thousands of sparkling lakes. Just don't tell the Baltic Sea I said that. Alright folks, time to get serious for a minute. We're heading to Auschwitz-Birkenau, a place that reminds us of the horrors humanity is capable of. It's heavy stuff, I know, but it's crucial to remember these events so history doesn't repeat itself. Plus, it's good for the soul to reflect and appreciate the good times, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, this place is a real downer. But it's also incredibly important. It's like that time your grandma made you eat your vegetables. You didn't want to do it, but deep down you knew it was good for you. Well, consider this a big ol' serving of historical vegetables, folks. So when you're walking through those gates, remember those who suffered and perished here. And remember that we have a responsibility to learn from the past and build a better future. Okay, enough with the serious stuff. Let's lighten the mood a bit, huh? Alright folks, enough with the somber stuff. Let's hit the beach. And when I say beach, I mean the stunning coastline of the Baltic Sea. Now I gotta warn you, the water's a little, how do you say, refreshing? Okay, it's freaking cold. But hey, who needs the tropics when you can have an invigorating dip in the Baltic? It's like a slap in the face with a cold fish, but in a good way. Think of it as a natural wake-up call, better than any cup of coffee, I tell you. Plus, after a swim in that water, you'll be so energized, you'll be ready to conquer anything. Now, while you're catching some rays on those pristine beaches, keep an eye out for a little something called amber. It's like buried treasure, but instead of gold doubloons, it's fossilized tree resin. Hey, don't judge, it's valuable stuff. They say you can find amber washed up on the shore, especially after a storm. So channel your inner pirate and get ready to plunder those beaches. Just imagine you could find a piece with a prehistoric mosquito trapped inside. Talk about a conversation starter. But even if you don't strike amber gold, the beaches of the Baltic are a must-see. The views are breathtaking, the air is fresh, and the water is, well, it's cold. But hey, at least you can tell everyone back home you braved the chilly waters of the Baltic Sea. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to step back in time and experience the grandeur of Wawel Castle. This ain't your average castle, my friends. This is the real deal, a majestic fortress perched on a hill overlooking the Vistula River. As you stroll through the courtyards and admire the intricate architecture, you'll feel like royalty. Just try not to let it go to your head, all right? We don't need you demanding servants and throwing grapes at passing peasants. Now, every good castle needs a good legend, right? And Wawel Castle doesn't disappoint. Legend has it that a fearsome dragon once made its lair beneath the castle. Can you imagine? You're just minding your own business, polishing your crown jewels, when suddenly, bam! A giant fire-breathing lizard wants to borrow a cup of sugar. Luckily, a brave cobbler named Scuba outsmarted the dragon and saved the day. They even erected a statue of the dragon outside the castle, which breathes fire every few minutes just for kicks. So, make sure to snap a selfie with the dragon, but maybe stand back a safe distance, yeah? Don't want to get singed. But the real treasure of Wawel Castle lies in its history and the stories it holds. From kings and queens to artists and poets, this castle has seen it all. So, take your time, explore every nook and cranny, and let the spirit of Wawel Castle transport you to another era. Just remember, what happens in the castle stays in the castle, especially if it involves dragons and cobblers. Alright, adventure seekers, we're heading to the southeastern corner of Poland, to the Tatra Mountains. Picture this, rolling hills, lush forests, and crystal-clear streams. It's like stepping into a postcard, only with more bears maybe. Now these mountains are not for the faint of heart. You gotta be ready to hike, climb, and maybe even outrun a grumpy badger or two. But trust me, the views from the top are worth every bead of sweat. You'll be breathless, and not just from the altitude, am I right? Speaking of breathtaking, keep your eyes peeled for the local wildlife. We're talking deer, lynx, wolves, and yes, even bears. Don't worry, they're more scared of you than you are of them. Probably. Just make sure to pack some extra snacks, just in case you need to make a quick getaway. So lace up those hiking boots, pack your sense of adventure, and get ready to experience the wild beauty of the Tatra Mountains. Just remember, what happens in the Tatra stays in the Tatra. Unless you get some killer Instagram shots, then share away. Now, after a long day of exploring the wilderness, you're gonna work up an appetite. Luckily, the Bieszczady region is known for its hearty, traditional Polish cuisine. Think steaming bowls of bigos, hunter's stew, pierogies stuffed with all sorts of goodies, and kielbasa that'll make you want to slap your mama. And let's not forget about the vodka. Poland is famous for its vodka, and the Bieszczady region is no exception. After a shot or two of that firewater, you'll be singing Polish folk songs and dancing the polka with the locals before you know it. But hey, it's not all about the food and drinks. The Bieszczady Mountains are also a great place to unplug, unwind, and reconnect with nature. So, ditch the smartphone, breathe in that fresh mountain air, and let the tranquility of the Bieszczadys wash over you. Just be careful not to fall asleep under any trees. You never know what might try to snuggle up next to you. Trust me, waking up to a bear using you as a pillow is not the best way to start your day. Unless you're into that sort of thing, then more power to you. All right, party people, it's time to raise a glass to the good life Polish style. That's right, we're talking about vodka, the national drink of Poland. And trust me, these guys know how to make a mean spirit. Now I know what you're thinking, vodka, isn't that like rocket fuel? And yeah, some of it can be pretty strong, but Polish vodka is different. It's smooth, it's flavorful, and it'll sneak up on you faster than a squirrel on a peanut. But hey, don't take my word for it. A Polish vodka tasting is an experience everyone should have at least once. You'll get to sample a range of vodkas, from the classic clear varieties to flavored infusions that'll tickle your taste buds. And who knows, you might even discover your new favorite drink. Just remember, pace yourself. Polish vodka is meant to be sipped and savored, not chugged like water after a marathon. Unless you're trying to impress the locals, then by all means, go for it. Now, no Polish vodka tasting would be complete without some traditional snacks. We're talking about pickled herring, smoked sausages, and of course, those delicious pierogies. These little dumplings are like pillows of heaven, filled with everything from savory meats to sweet cheeses and fruits. And the best part? They soak up the vodka like a sponge, so you can eat, drink, and be merry all night long without worrying about waking up with a hangover the size of Poland itself. But hey, it's not just about the food and drinks. A Polish vodka tasting is a cultural experience. You'll learn about the history of vodka in Poland, the different distillation methods, and the proper way to pronounce na zdrowie. It's na zdrowie, by the way. So grab your friends, book a tasting, and get ready for a night of laughter, fun, and maybe a little bit of stumbling. Just remember, what happens at the vodka tasting stays at the vodka tasting. Unless you take some embarrassing videos, then it's fair game. Well, folks, there you have it. The top 10 must-do adventures in Poland, served up with a side of JEAN-CLAUDE'S signature humor. We've explored salt mines, hiked mountains, dodged bears, maybe, and even learned how to say cheers in Polish. Not bad for a day's work, eh? If you enjoyed this hilarious journey through Poland, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing travel content. We've got a whole world of adventures waiting for you, from the beaches of Bali to the streets of Tokyo. But before you go, tell me in the comments which Polish adventure you're most excited to try. Is it exploring the Wieliczka salt mine, hiking in the Tatra Mountains, or maybe indulging in a Polish vodka tasting? Let me know! Until next time, keep it real, keep it fun, and keep on exploring.